Awesome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are you today? So my name is Rose Joshua. Welcome to Family and Finance. Today I have guests who will speak a little bit more about themselves, but I'm just gonna mention their name, and I'm gonna share my screen just so you see the contact information. So I have Taras and Tetiana KICHMA, the KICHMA team, who are mortgage specialists. And I have Olusayo Adekunle, who is the financial advisor. So I'm going to share my screen just briefly so you can see all that in the recording. Okay. Taras and Tetiana, mortgage specialists. Olusayo, financial advisor. And the contact person today from today's video is Olusayo. His number is there, 780-667-4104. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with Taras and Tetiana. So tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do for families.
Hello, Rose. Thank you so much for inviting us. I'm Tetiana.
And I'm Tetaras KICHMA.
We are a mortgage team with the experience over 20 years helping our clients with home financing.
So we have extensive experience and knowledge about different products and services and what need to be done for customers to achieve their dream, buy a first home or second home.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. So in this program, Family and Finance, I'm very happy that we basically take care of everything family, from where we live to what we do for work to how we take care of kids, etc. And today being our emphasis on mortgages, basically where we live. So we're going to talk about mortgages a lot today. So Mr. Olusayo, can you please introduce yourself and what you do for families? Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rose. I'm glad, I appreciate you having me on this program. My name is Olusayo Adekunle. I trained as a mechanical engineer and worked for over 30 years in the energy sector before I came to Canada. Currently, I'm a financial advisor. I'm licensed in the provinces of Alberta. I'm licensed in Ontario as well as Northwest Territory. In addition to educating my clients on financial solutions that are applicable to them, I partner with Taras and Tetiana in securing mortgages for my clients. Thank you.
Awesome, great. So we see the partnership there. Excellent partnership, I must say. Thank you. So let's talk about mortgages. So my biggest concern, my passion when it comes to families are the young ones. Okay, so I have five children of my own. They're not so young, but I'm really, passionate about that group. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Taras and Tetiana, there's a small population that I think the mortgage industry may not be taking excellent care of. So that group is that group that wants to leave home. So when kids turn 16, 17, 18, they're itching to leave the house, especially when they're 18, they feel, oh, they're adults, they want to move away from mom and dad, can I be independent? But then what I'm seeing is that many of them leave home and rent. So what I'd like to see more is for that group to leave home into something they buy instead of renting, because I believe renting is a waste of money. So can you talk about that demographic, and how can we help them?
Yes, Rose, that's a very good group entering the market, and it's not always easy for them to start and to buy a house, because if they are only 18, that's the first time you can apply for credit card. So you need to build a credit history before you're applying for a bigger purchase like house purchase. You need to build some credit history, and market requires them as a general rule to have at least 2 years credit history, established credit history. So if they will apply for first credit card at the age of 18, so by the age of 20, they will be, they may have sufficient credit history to apply for product. And if they already working for 2 years and working full time and making decent money and saved money for the down payment, they can make that first purchase at the age of 21. They can even apply sooner, but like at that time, most likely banks will ask for parents to co-sign because they don't have established stability of job and credit history.
I can add to it, if they not working and they in school, they also can get a student credit card or student line of credit, or maybe they have a student loan. This is all would be part of the credit history, even if they could be not working at that time, but they have the card and they can use it, make a payment, and show that they're responsible credit users.
Okay. But they have to be 18 to do that, right? So what is the minimum age at which somebody can get a mortgage?
Well, technically, it is still 18. Right?
Okay.
Age of 18, it's when they can legally purchase something or apply for credit. Now, as I previously mentioned, at the age of 18, it's unlikely they will have enough credit history or job stability to qualify mortgage in their name only. But with cosigner, yes, they can buy at the age of 18.
Okay, sounds good. So let's suppose that we want them to buy at the age of 18. So that age when they move out. So Olusayo, they have from birth to age 18 to save up this money. So that's in your territory. How can you help a parent or parents to help their children to save up, so that way when they're 18, they can just hit the ground running and never rent?
Thank you very much, Dr. Rose. You know, this actually calls for seeing the big picture ahead of time. It's not when they get to that age, somebody will be thinking, oh, how do I get that? But it takes seeing ahead. And that means right from when the child is born, you can actually start saving for the child, right? Yes, we know you cannot open a TFSA until you are 18, but there is a vehicle that you can use. Open a universal life insurance where it has investment portion where you can be putting some money as premium in there, and with that, by the time the child gets to age 18, he practically has some cash value in his policy. Not only that, by the time the child gets to like 20, it's grown. By the time he has some kind of credit history to be able to approach, the mortgage and then secure a mortgage to buy his own. Right? Now, that's for a baby. Now, yeah, you say, oh, I'm not having babies now. I already have, children who are maybe teenagers also. It's never too late. Like they say, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. But when is the next best time? Right now. So start however, wherever you are, right? And you discover that in the next 5-10 years, you could have actually put something in place, right? Take, for instance, a child that is 10 years old, the parent starts saving something, put in an investment account that yields maybe like 5% annually, and is putting $100 away every month. By the time he does that for 10 years, just 10 years, you discover that he has more than 15,000 in that account, right? Which can go towards making payment for the down payment for the first mortgage, right? So there are various investment vehicles to be used, but it takes planning ahead and being mindful, starting right now that you are hearing this information and then doing something. A child that is 18 years old and he didn't know this before now, but now he's 18 and he wants to plan to buy a house. While building that credit history, he has a job. Deny yourself. Put $1,000 away every month. In the next 2-3 years, you have something substantial, more than 36,000, right? To do what? To make payment, that down payment that is required for your mortgage. And there are so many more things that can be done, but I'll stop there now.
Okay, that sounds exciting. So a lot can be done right from when the child is born up till when the child is, 15, 16, 17. It's never too late to start. Thank you so much for that. So now let's come back to Taras and Tetiana. So they have their down payment. They are ready to buy. What needs to happen next? So walk us through the mortgage process.
First of all, if they are applying for mortgage in their own names, they need to be working full-time. Right.
Okay.
So if they working full-time, we will calculate what the maximum mortgage amount they will qualify for based on their available income and based on amount of down payment they have. So assuming they already build credit history and they're working full-time and they have reasonable amount of down payment, they can qualify mortgage on their own. Or if one of the parameters are missing, the banks and insurers may require parents to co-sign.
Okay, so either they qualify on their own or the parents can help them. That's good. What can get in the way? Like, what are some of the things that somebody could do that could mess things up, that maybe make it difficult for them to get the mortgage when they're ready?
Well, it could be short time of credit history.
Okay.
Because of the young age, it's short time of the employment history. That this is when parents can step in if they're willing to co-sign. That's what Taras said. But in most of the cases, if they work in full time and have credit history, it just depends what they could qualify for.
Okay. Does bad driving get in the way?
What can
Driving records?
Yeah, so bad credit history can really affect their chances to get a mortgage. So it's important when they got their first credit card or second credit card, just keep paying it on time. Don't forget to make like minimal payment. Don't use too much of the available credit because it becomes issue later in life, right? If you miss your payment when you were young, that will be haunting you for some time, right? So the most very important is to always make payments on time. So if you borrow money, if you got your credit card, make sure you're making your monthly payment, and that will keep your credit history in good standing.
And this is when parents' role sometimes involve parents that they educate their children how to use wisely, how to pay on time, how important this is in life. This is from our personal experience as a parents. Our child, who is 21 now, was asking these questions, and we were guiding him on that. And I know in the school they have some courses, but I think it's just basic. The most important is to set them for success. It's from family, from parents to help.
Okay, I have one last question on that credit situation. So, young kids like to buy cars, so that car is very important, especially let's say he's a young guy, handsome, the girls love him, and he's gotta get that cool car, right? And sometimes the girls like to get a cool car as well. What would be your advice on the car versus the home? What order would you recommend?
Buying car is very important, but I will suggest for young drivers, do not buy the most expensive car you can afford and take credit and credit it, because car credit affects your chances of getting mortgage financing. If you have a car loan with a big payment, that will take a big chunk of your mortgage pre-qualification. So buying car, it's important, but it's important that you buy, if you're looking to buy a house, go with the house purchase first and car later. So you need to buy a good garage before you're buying fancy car too. So you
I like that. You
have
need
a
the garage
garage.
to park the car.
yeah.
I like that. Okay, so let's kind of wrap up with the process now. So Olusayo is your contact person, Taras and Tetiana. So if somebody wants to get a mortgage, they will come to Olusayo, and Olusayo, can you then walk us through the process of connecting them and helping them to get that mortgage?
Yeah, thank you very much. When somebody wants to get a mortgage, you approach me, and of course, I need to secure your permission to make your details, your contact known to them. Of course, we all know all the things about electronic data and personal information. So once I have your consent to do that, I connect you with Taras and Tetiana, who will then go through the process, interview you, get all the required information from you, and then, get you pre-qualified for whatever it is that they're able to pre-qualify you for, and also get a very good rate for you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you are the gatekeeper. Good job. So we're out of time. Thank you so very much. This was fun. I actually enjoyed chatting about this demographic. I know from time to time, Taras and Tetiana, we're going to talk again. And thanks, Olusayo, for being here. Thanks, Taras and Tetiana. You guys are a power couple. Love you. So once again, I'm just going to share with my viewers the contact. I think everybody saw it the first time. Just share for few more seconds. Contact number is 780-667-4104 to get in touch with Olusayo, to connect you with Taras and Tetiana. Okay, so thank you both very much for being guests on Family and Finance. I hope to see you again in the future. God bless. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank you.
Very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.